Hey my loves, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Adria, aka Mama Dre, Mama A. What's up? What it is, what it do? Hey. Oh well, it's been a minute. So today we're doing a story time. Yay! Yeah, it's been a minute since I did one, but since I'm in that era again of job applications, the disappointment, the hurt, the pain, the everything, I thought I should share one of my interesting interviews that I once had 2 years ago. 2 years ago, the time when I was called for the interview, I welcomed it because it was like more like an answered prayer for me. I didn't apply for a job, but I'm getting called for an interview, something which is similar to my line of academic qualifications. So I dressed up, I was so excited. I even had my father drop me off. He had this business in town, so he just dropped me off with the company. I gave that the company's I was already imagining myself in that company because it looks like an environment that I would actually enjoy working in as a sales marketer. I'm a public administrator, but some this other unknown person that I later discovered that they were randomly given my CV by someone, and they thought it was a good idea, which it was a good idea to submit the CV to their company. For my time, a slot came in, and I was got in. There was a man. Of course, I'm not here to tarnish people's images because I still need to get employed out there. But there was this man, he was there, and like, I'm the one interviewing you. And the first thing that he said is going to be an interactive interview. And I said, okay, it's fine. I've never heard of interactive or serious interviews, so I'm just here for an interview. Either way, whatever is going to be, I'm going to take it as it comes. So, being someone who didn't apply for that job, after they sent me an email, I researched before finding out this is a company, publishing company, blah 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 blah. I got the information which was enough for me to be in the interview the following morning. Back to the interview, the man finally started the interview like, tell us about yourself, and I told him my professional side. And I was like, this is an interactive interview. Tell us more about yourself outside the work realm. And I was at point blank, I've never been employed in my line of work, but something which is similar, just like the role that you've got before the interview, I have been. And I told them, and they even went like as asking us, how many are you in your family? They went, and all the time that they were asking me questions, he was asking me questions. It was the other sheet on his table, a paper, which had a score sheet. So everything that I was answering, he was entering, and I saw I was busy picking on the marks, which was I feel like I'm like, okay, it's fine. And then when the interview was over, he was like, since you stay very far, how are you going to commute coming to work? And I told him, I know what my dad works around in town, who can always, use the same transport. And he's like, it's fine. And he was like, your starting salary is ABCD. And boy, was I not excited. He said, work starts at 8 o'clock, but you come 7:30 every morning because this is a public company. There are a lot of changes that happen, so we have a brief meeting before we start working. Okay. I'm seeing myself, I've been employed. The following morning, unfortunately, it was a Friday. They called in that I will start Monday instead of Friday because I went for the interview on a Thursday. Very fine, I'm busy preparing. And then on a Saturday afternoon, I get a call from one of the ladies who happened to apply for send pass my CV to the bosses in her company. She didn't call me directly. She called my mother. I'm like, I applied for a daughter at my company, but she came naked. Okay. And I'm like, my mother literally just told me everything. Like, she came naked for an interview, and I'm like, are we talking about the same age girl or? Yeah, it wasn't making sense at the time. She came naked. Maybe she dress her up the next time that she comes for an interview. My mother, I always like talk to my parents before I leave. I was like, I'm going out, and they check my outfit. If it's not given, they always like point blank. My mother is point. She's very honest to the extent that it can make you cry. Anyways, so I'm wondering, if I was naked for an interview, how can my mother and father leave me to go for a job interview and I'm naked? That was me trying to get what this lady was saying. As if that was not enough. After calling my mother a few hours, she calls me later that there was a bit of bias with your interview because the score sheet is not making sense, so you have to come for a re-interview. Re-interview with... You're saying my score sheet is not making sense? That was my first time of hearing that company. I've never know you. I don't even know you. and she was not even there, and I never even suspected someone from church that that applied for me. But as time went on, maybe when people help you sometimes, they'll be like having a spirit all over them, and they'll be willing to help. But once you are now passing a bridge that they thought you would never pass, they end up regretting. So unfortunately, me being me, and I was in my up all in my feelings. I was like, no, I've got another job interview, so I'm definitely not going to come. So and they kept on calling now. I'm like, no, I'm not going to come, because if it's already starting like that in a work environment, what will happen if I happen to be employed? They're already questioning. Maybe I was biased because that man, like, is old enough to be my grandfather. Maybe they thought the score sheet is just too suspicious, because maybe the score sheet was perfect, almost perfect. After all those shenanigans, this lady kept on calling, but unfortunately, I was all in my feelings. I don't want to lie. I was all emotional. I'm like, okay, you are saying I'm naked, and the way I was dressed to kill. I wish I had taken a picture for that outfit, but I was that company. It's a publishing company. Everyone was in like a smart casual, and I went there. I was overdressed for that, but it was an interview, so I guess it was expected. But to an extent, I was saying that I was naked. So that's life. We learn the hard way. If it comes, we keep it. If it's not ours, slips away, we let it go. That's the motto that I'm moving with. But one thing I've noticed and I've realized in my life, God works in mysterious ways. The ones that you are not even looking for, they always come to you. And I've learned to embrace every win as it comes, even if it's not my area of expertise. That's the whole point of learning. I'm at a learning curve each and every point of my life. I'm at a learning curve. I'm learning every day, and I'm willing to learn every day so that I better my life. And definitely this time around, no emotions when it comes to you. No emotions when it comes to job applications, but it's just me today, guys. It was just a quick one. Let's hope it was quick enough. It was a quick one. Story time about the most terrible job interview that I had. But don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. This is it from me. Hope to see you in my next video.